Welcome to the Astro Weekly Forecast for the week of June 3rd to June 9th. This is a very busy week in the forecast. We start out the week in a fourth quarter phase of the moon, meaning the moon is coming to a new moon phase this week. We have a number of planets changing signs, and this fourth quarter phase means we're sort of tying up loose ends at the beginning of this week. And it's in Taurus. So Taurus is about being very mindful in the way that you use your resources and where you're allocating your time, attention, money, because it's going to be a very fast week. The energy is speeding up. And you're like, oh my God, I thought it was already fast. It's going to get faster, y'all. We are in Gemini season, and Gemini energy is going to be flowing onto this planet. So we start off on Monday, June 3rd, with Mercury, our mind, thought processing, the way that we connect with each other, just the way we think, really, is going into Gemini. Mercury loves to be in Gemini. It is at home in Gemini, right? Gemini is a very curious, intellectual, loves community and connection with other people. And Geminis inherently are brilliant, right? They love information and knowledge, and they kind of like to soak up little bits of knowledge as experiential knowledge. So this Gemini season, Gemini is air that moves anywhere it desires, right? So that's why Geminis can be a little bit scattery, because their energy and attention kind of goes wherever it desires because it's being pulled in the moment. That's why we need that Taurusy moon that's at the beginning of this week, that groundedness, right? The moon phase at the beginning of the week always gives us a little clue as to the energy that we need or the energy that's going to flavor the week. So with all this Gemini energy, it's really easy to get sucked into the news, into social media feeds, into the media in general. And it's time to really, like, I even noticing with podcasts, there's a few podcasts I like to listen to, but I just noticed on Monday it's a flurry of podcasts, and then I'm kind of, it's part of my consumption list, right? And I feel like I have a list that's ever growing of things that I'm like wanting to consume, wanting to learn, wanting to know more about. And that is Gemini season in full fledged glory, because we are just wanting to learn all the things. And it's like FOMO when you don't watch it or don't listen to it, or, there's just this constant list of things to do, Gemini. And with Mercury moving into Gemini, this is a very intellectual and curious time. So this transit encourages lively conversations and mental stimulation and the exchange of ideas. Embrace this opportunity to engage in learning, networking, and expanding your mental horizons. And Mercury will stay in Gemini until June 17th. So there's time, but just noticing between now and June 17th, that can't be right. That must be a typo. I'm going to just check as I'm recording. And to bring you on this journey, it is not a typo. It'll move into Cancer on June 17th. So it is moving through Gemini fast, y'all, fast. So take advantage of this energy to get things done or to consume things that you've been wanting to consume. Read a book, communicate, be out there in about in community. If you have a 4 in your human design, this is a great time for you, because community and connection is part of the 4, and you meet people and opportunities come to you through the 4, so through the community. So this is like your time. I have a 4 in my human design, so I love this time for me. And just be careful that this energy can be really scattery, and you can take on too much information, or you're sort of signing yourself up for too many things. So just be so mindful in how you're using resources. Every time something is calling you, ask yourself, what is this costing me? Is this exactly where I want my energy to be going? It's even the scroll, right? It's just, you can just set a 5-minute timer on your phone every time you go into social media, and it'll be a really interesting experiment, because that 5 minutes goes by so fast. And remember, those platforms want you to be on it. And I know you're probably watching me on one of those platforms, so thank you. But being mindful in your consumption means that you might choose the forecast and then spend a couple minutes scrolling on things, and then your timer goes off and you're like, all right, I'm off to something else, right? So put in that pattern interrupt. Now on Tuesday, June 4th, Mercury in Gemini will be trine to Pluto. So this is intense thinking. Pluto is death, rebirth, and transformation. And Pluto, remember, is now retrograde in Aquarius. So this is a time where it's great to dive deep into the recesses of your mind, great for therapy, uncovering hidden truths, great for introspection, great for doing any kind of like soul work or mental work. This is a potent time for psychological insights, transformative conversations, and uncovering buried secrets. So this is a good time for research. Embrace the opportunity to shed light on the shadows and facilitate healing and growth. So, when your girlfriend is dating somebody and you go down the rabbit hole of like, who is this person? And you meet, on social media, you find his mom and his sister and all the things. Good energy for that today. And at work, if you're trying to really plow through a lot of work or get a lot of things done, Tuesday will be a good day to do that. Also on Tuesday, Mercury comes to sit with Jupiter in Gemini. So Mercury and Jupiter meet about once a year because Mercury goes around the zodiac about once a year, a little bit, not quite, but you get the gist. It's actually a little faster within a year. So that Mercury conjunct Jupiter in Gemini is a time when your mind is surging with optimism, enthusiasm, intellectual curiosity. And there's a lot here that's needed for mental clarity. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So this is a great like brainstorming, problem solving, ideation, mental clarity, communication skills, articulating ideas with confidence is going to be really helpful. Embrace this time to share your wisdom, engage in meaningful conversations, and explore new horizons. This is a great time to like popcorn out ideas or inspiration for things that you're working on or where you want to go. This is also great energy for manifestation because whatever you think about, you bring about, right? It's energy that is amplified because you're focusing on it, and Jupiter is bringing more luck and good luck and optimism. And conversely, if you are focused on imposter syndrome and the ways that you are hiding and why you're not good enough, whatever you focus on grows, right? I always say you have two piles in your life. You have a pile of gold and you have a pile of poop. And if you focus on the pile of poop, that poop will grow. And you will think that that is all that your life is. And it's actually not. You've got these wonderful gems and people supporting you and gifts and attributes and a body, all those things that you don't focus on and you're just thinking of the bad things. So we actually need both, right? If we now just only focus on the pile of gold, that's called toxic positivity, right? You're only like, no, life is good. I'm not looking at this crashing and burning thing over here in this dumpster fire that's on fire in the back of my mind. We're just going to focus here. So we need to focus on the gold while dealing with the boo. Right. So it's that I have a wonderful life. And when something comes up as a trigger, it's not to just cover over and go back to the gold. It's to also say, why is this a trigger? I do have these wonderful things. This opportunity is bringing me gold, but I just have to understand what it is. Right. Because you can turn the poop into gold too. Such a good metaphor. Honestly, I love it. So use this time wisely, right? There's going to bring up triggers, and whatever you focus on will expand. So expand abundance, expand gratitude, expand healing, because that Pluto trine to Gemini or Mercury is going to also help you excavate what's holding you back from abundance, what's not helping you with your manifestation. Because part of the manifestation equation, if you've been following me for a while, is healing. We must heal, or we continue to have the brake and the gas at the same time. And that's where we go nowhere, right? And then also on this day, this is a busy day. Tuesday, June 4th is busy. We have the Sun conjunct Venus in Gemini. This is beautiful. In astrology, we call this cazimi. It is in the heart of the Sun. Venus is what we love and value, our relationships, beauty, aesthetic, money. Another great day, another thing for manifesting wonderfully on this day. So I suspect the stock market will go very well on this day, but we'll see what happens. And I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not qualified to give financial advice. So please don't change stock advice based on what I say, but just noticing, right? And you can do these little experiments that are not, dire and putting yourself into dire. But if you are an investor, you might put money into a stock that you've been watching for a little bit, cautious and researched, and then see what happens, especially on this day. So Sun conjunct Venus in Gemini, this illuminates relationships, communication, and social interactions. This is a favorable time for harmonious interactions, creative expression, enjoying the pleasures of life. Embrace the beauty and authentic connection and creative collaboration that you navigate as you navigate the world of relationships. So this is a great day to get together with people and talk about things, mastermind, just have a conversation with your girlfriends, just see what comes about, because there can be some really wonderful insights that come down from today. And with this energy though, with Venus and Gemini, there can be gossip. So just being mindful in who you're talking about, what you're talking about, and you're doing so with love and compassion and kindness for everyone, because we're all going through things, and that you are living life through your heart, not through your shadow. All right. On Thursday, June 6th, we have the new moon in Gemini. This is a beautiful manifesting moon because with the new moon, so the sun and the moon are together at the same degree of Gemini. And then we have Venus is in there, Jupiter is in there, but there's a square to Saturn. So there's all of this wonderful, abundant, big ideas, all these creative endeavors that we might be wanting to do or go on trips. Gemini is also short trips. So we might be planning vacations and stuff at this time. And that square and that Jupiter in there can make you want to spend a lot of money, do a lot of overdo it, drink too much, eat too much, drugs, all the things that are just too much of things. And that square to Saturn is about being responsible. Saturn's but are you doing things in a responsible way? So the seeds that you plant at this new moon will come about on December 15th in 2024. So whatever intention you set, put it on your calendar for December 15th, right before Christmas, and see what happens. What has come about from this intention? Because we ride these 6-month cycles from new moon to full moon. So we plant the seed on the new moon, the full moon, it comes to culmination. We've learned all over these 6 months in just for this part of our lives. And then we gain the knowledge, and we start to release what's not serving us, or the things that we've learned, and where things are no longer in alignment for us, we release that back to the new moon, so in that sign. So if you think about it, there's actually 12 signs, 12 cycles that are always in play in your life. And that has to do with the 12 parts of your astrological chart, because each zodiac sign will have a placement around your chart. So this is how it all kind of works. You can flow with these movements, you can flow with these cycles, and notice how it affects your life. And if you don't have your chart, or you don't know your exact birth time, just put the intentions on the chart, on the calendar, and just notice what area of your life is being lit up during today, which is this part of your life, Thursday, June 6th, and then again in December. So this is a great time to set intentions for harmonious relationships, clear communication, and intellectual growth. However, the square to Saturn is highlighting potential challenges or limitations in expressing your ideas, your desires, and your connection with others. Embrace this time to plant seeds of intention for balanced relationships, effective communication, and also acknowledge the need for patience and perseverance. So this is going to need some patience. Saturn says, whoa, 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 don't go so fast. And Gemini's like, no, I want to go fast, get out of my way, right? So this Saturn can feel like a block or a limitation, but Saturn is actually about responsibility and self-mastery. So where do you need to own something for accountability to then move forward to the next piece of it? Sometimes it's just the universe right timing you as well. You can do all the things as long as you're getting clear on the inside, staying true on the outside to your abundant goals, taking the next right action while holding the intention. It's all going to line up. Your success is inevitable. On Saturday, June 8th, Venus is square to Saturn. So this was exact. It was sort of starting on the 6th, and we noticed it in the 6th, not starting, but it's already applying. We call it coming together as applying in astrology. So it was already applying on Thursday, the new moon. Now it is exact on Saturday. So this is a time to really, I would say, if you're going for brunch, just notice if you get triggered. I would not advise going for brunch or going out and being with people, because you can just notice that relationships feel very limiting. Or if you're in a turbulent relationship, you just notice that there might be some, asks of you at this moment in time to notice the limitations and restraints being put on you. And are you where you're supposed to be, right? As Venus squares Saturn, you may encounter challenges or limitations to your relationships and creative pursuits. This aspect calls for patience, discipline, and commitment to overcoming obstacles, building solid foundations for long-term success. Embrace this time as an opportunity to assess your values, priorities, and commitments in relationships, and make necessary adjustments to ensure alignment with your highest goals and aspirations. So it's a good day to just be mindful of your spending, mindful of your connections, mindful of how you feel about yourself. just notice where things might be holding you back, or you might have some things that need to be healed. And then on Sunday, June 9th, we have two aspects. So Mars moves from Aries, which is like fiery and intense and, initiatory, into Taurus. So Mars moving into Taurus is going to give us some grounding with all this Gemini energy, because Taurus energy is fixed earth. Right. So that fixed earth is giving us grounded support in a time when there's a lot of air moving around, right? Lots of talking, it could be even hot air. And now that Mars is going to cool it down a bit. So this is a beautiful transit that we need at this time. So the Mars, the planet of action and desire, enters Taurus. You'll feel a shift towards more patience, more determination, and practicality in the pursuit of your goals. This transit encourages you to take steady, methodical approach to achieving your desires, focusing on tangible results and long-term stability. Embrace this time to ground your energy, focus your intentions, and channel your efforts towards materializing your dreams. So this is wonderful for manifestation as well. Like, this is like such a good time to manifest. Like, honestly, it's just perfect. And you have till July 20th that Mars will then move out into Gemini, and the energy will get a little bit more, go all over the place. Also on Sunday, we have the Sun square to Saturn. So we are already feeling this on the new moon. It is now exact on Sunday. And Saturn, again, responsibility. Sun is our vitality and our energy, our drive, not our drive, but more so how we feel about ourselves. And so this energy can bring up challenges and restrictions in communication, self-expression, and intellectual pursuits. So this aspect calls for patience, discipline, and accountability in navigating obstacles and overcoming limitations. Embrace this time as an opportunity to clarify your goals, establish boundaries, and take practical steps towards achieving your aspirations. So achievable, practical steps, right? Moving forward. Saturn wants practical, right? And Saturn is in Pisces, which is about your dreams, your soul-led purpose, and your mission. And so are you actually like consuming information that's in alignment with that? Or are you distracting yourself, right? Because sometimes overwhelm and being pulled in multiple directions at one time can feel like procrastination. It is procrastination, and it's protecting you from your forward momentum, because who do you have to be when you move forward into your dreams? Now you have to be committed. Now you have to show up. Now people think of you in a certain way. Maybe that attracts money. Now, who are people with money? Like, there is so many little convoluted, brain, I'm going to say patterns that hold us safe, right? That are holding us safe from us getting too big, or people seeing us, or being whatever it is all unsafe. And so how do we create safety to move forward into our dreams? Saturn is going to help us with that. And this is going to be an aspect that's going to be in play all week long and into next week as well. That Sun square to Saturn, because both planets, the Sun only moves 1 degree per day, and Saturn is pretty much a pretty slow moving planet anyway. So there's going to be this interplay of like restrictions and where you're not moving ahead in your life and why. And there is going to be a call to be accountable. Saturn wants you to be accountable, not blame everybody else for responsibilities. It's how can I be accountable? But on the flip side of that, we often blame ourselves for everything. So really understanding what is happening here, from a perspective of psychology, because that is going to affect your manifestation as well. That's why I love both, right? Because we need both. So this is a week. It's going to be a good one. I think the feeling that I'm getting as I'm talking about this week is it's going to bring up to your awareness ways that you are, wanting to expand, and ways that you are not being able to expand, right? So noticing what's real, what's perceived, and noticing the right timing of the universe. So wishing you the best week ahead. Set those intentions, keep your attention, resource management in alignment with your goals, your vision board, keeping your vision board front and center this week to remind you, why are you here? What are your goals this week, this month, this year, and staying true to that, okay? Because you're gonna be pulled in a lot of directions this month. So wishing you the best beginning of June, and I will see you next week. Bye.